Okay, here we are. I decided to, I don't know, conjure myself um, out of my resting space, and something told me that I needed to do a reading for Mercury Retrograde specifically. So I was like, let's fucking do it. Um, I definitely feel like there's a lot of big transitions that are coming in, for this upcoming retrograde season. So I'm going to touch on it. This is a collective reading. Take what resonates, leave whatever doesn't. But if you are here, you are basically opening yourself up to receive this message that is coming into you or towards you. But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to do a mixture of tarot and oracle to be able to deliver this message to you. And when I say your spirits would not let me rest until I got this message out, they would not let me rest. But the good news is I am here delivering this message to you to let you know what's to expect. It's always good to, what people don't understand with tarot or with divination, right? Because there's so many different kinds of like divination that you can do. I do tea leaf readings, coffee readings, coffee ground readings. I also do crystallomancy, crystal ball readings. I'm starting to get into osteomancy. So there's so many different forms of divination that you can do, right? When you go see a Baba, they do their own form of divination to be able to tell you. And the most important thing that people don't understand, right? Because a lot of people go and get love readings, they get all these different kinds of readings. But the most important thing that people don't understand that you can gain from readings is insight. That's why we get readings. We get readings for insight, to understand what's coming so we can take advantage of it. If we have blocks in our roads, if we have imbalances in our energy, getting a reading is going to help you be able to determine that. Because even sometimes you might know something's off, but you know specifically what it is that is off. A reader, a healer, a diviner, somebody's going to be able to tell you what the blocks are and how you're able to achieve the removal of it for longevity, to move forward. So with this message from Mercury Retrograde, I ask that your ancestors, spirit guides, guardian angels, those of the Most High, of the most gifted, of the most divine, be here and be present to share this message. To give you, to give you a message to be received, to take precaution, and not only to take precaution, but just to be aware, right? Because awareness is key in order for you to maneuver and navigate yourself into this world as a spiritual being, as a physical being, is to understand the importance of what's going on around, being self-aware of not only just yourself, though, of others, of what's going around, okay, energy-wise, being able to read that and understand that. But let's get into it, because I'm going to read the underlying energy and then the energy over it. So I have the Mother of Baskets, I have the Two of Knives. I'm sorry, I have the Mother of Baskets, I have the Strength, and I have the Seven of Knives, okay? And then I pulled clarifying cards for these, but I'm going to go a little bit more into depth with what these cards are, what they mean, what does that have to do with you, right? What should you look out for? Because I pulled this as what is to come, right? A precautionary, what's going on. Seven of Knives, this energy is very deceptive energy, right? It's the energy of you having someone or some energy around you that is not for you, right? It might not even just be a person who's a backstabber. It could just be energy or something that is in motion, something that is around you, lingering, that no longer serves you, that you need to cut ties with. It's a very deceptive energy. It could be you having an expectation for something to work out, and then it ends up not working out for you. The Daughter of Baskets, I definitely feel like this will be a very emotional retrograde for you, but in a way where it's a lot of knives energy, okay, a lot of fire energy as well. Is going to be cutting and removing things that are no longer serving, so you can move onto the path that you need to be. I feel like you've had long-term goals that you're trying to achieve, that you try to set, that you're trying to move forward, put into motion, but this retrograde season is going to allow you to cut through the bullshit, okay? Cutting off people that are not here for you, that are not understanding, that are not in alignment with you and what you have going on. I'm also picking up jobs or something like that, something that has to do with money. And I feel like if your money has been off, you're going to get something that's going to push you forward into longevity after the retrograde season. This retrograde season is going to be a little bit emotional for you, okay? And that's okay. I do feel like with the Two of Knives, there's something that has to do with a decision, and it's a decision to cut someone off, okay? This could also be a friendship. I'm hearing like friendship, family. This is a significant other. I don't pick up too much. I don't see any pentacle energy. I don't necessarily feel like this has anything to do with a job. It could be a job, but I feel, from what I can feel or sense or what I see, is more so of you cutting off a connection that you had with somebody, and this was somebody that you probably trust, or you put trust in, or you put energy and time into it, even though there was something deep down inside that you knew it just wasn't right, it wasn't serving you anymore, but you had to learn this lesson. You had to learn the hard way. And like I said, Seven of Knives is letting us know there's an energy around you. And I keep saying energy because that's what I feel. There's a deceptive energy around you. And it could also be your energy. You, I hear make believe, you making up shit in your head thinking that you had a good relationship, whatever this was that was around you. And you didn't. And you was living in your own delusions, okay? You was being delulu. And that's okay. We all be delulu. We all get delulu. It always gets the best of us. Delusion gets the best of us. But I feel like you're moving out of that delusional energy when this retrograde comes, because you're starting to see shit for what it is, right? This is shit that you can no longer hold on to anymore. You can't. This is stuff that your spirits are seeing around you, and this stuff is like an anchor. It's pulling you down, it's holding on to you, and it's like, in a way, you're sabotaging yourself and you're becoming your own worst enemy by holding on to these things. So this retrograde season is going to be all about cutting that shit out. Mother of Baskets, I feel like there's going to be some stability that comes in emotionally, right? You getting closure. There's going to be situations that you were holding on to where you're finally going to get the closure that you've always desired, or that you felt that you needed in a situation. This is going to be, and that's the thing. Sometimes no answer, is the closure that you needed. And I definitely feel like this is going to be something where you're going to be able to understand, you're going to be able to sense, you're going to be able to feel and know, like, I got the answers that I needed. And even if no answer is that answer, it's still an answer. There's a lot of emotional maturity that comes out of this retrograde. It almost feels definitely very transformative, okay? I'm seeing like a butterfly energy, transformative energy, a rebirth, right? A sense of shedding off, like a snake, shedding off that old skin and transforming into this person that you want to be. But there has to be some kind of like pain in order for you to understand how powerful and how strong you are. You have to go through that pain. You have to go through that suffering. It's unfortunate, right? But that's what's going to make you even better once you come out of this. The decision, like I said, the decision feels like you cutting something, removing something, but we have the Strength card, because I know you're going to be able to get through whatever difficulties that you feel that it's going to be hard at first, right? At first you're going to be like, I don't know if I could do this shit. But by the end, you're going to be like, damn, I did that shit. Like, you're going to know that, like, nothing is going to stop you. No matter, even if people try to stop you, no matter if people are trying to, like, hold you back. I'm also picking up on, like he said, she said, like, people putting words in your mouth or saying that you said something. Even though this is a very communicative retrograde, just think before you speak. If you have nothing positive to say, there's no need for you to feed the negativity, because that's what people want. People want you to continue to be in those same repetitive patterns, right? That they're used to people being, and they want to argue with you. They want to do this stuff. But it's not, it's beneath you. Oh, God. We got the Son of Sticks. But the reason why I'm laughing is because we also got the Eight of Sticks, but we also got the Tower, okay? The Tower is definitely letting me know that some shit's about to come to a fucking end, right? Bridges are burned, shit's burning down, shit is ending for you. You can no longer continue to repeat the same cycles. Whatever it is, whatever transformation, whatever it is that you need to know to cut whoever it is off, to be able to, I feel like you're limiting somebody's access to you. Whatever information you need to be able to do that for you to stand on business, that shit is going to come to you very quickly, okay? And like I said, you might feel you're on fire. You might feel like you're burning. You might feel like, oh, fuck, like, I don't know if I was prepared for this. I don't know if I was ready for this. Like, you were ready. You were born ready for this shit. You were very understanding, and you're very self-aware. It's just a matter of you, like I said, standing on business. If you say you're going to do something, then do it. If you want to better yourself, well, here is the opportunity. Here's the actions for you to be able to do it. This is the time now for you to actually step into what you say you were going to step into, for embracing yourself for who you truly are. This is the time for you to be able to move forward. I feel like there's going to be people who are going to be trying to stop you, though. There's going to be people, either whether it's like they're talking shit about you, or they're downplaying what they did to you, or whatever the situation is to you, and make it seem like you're making a big deal. But you have to, like, I don't like to keep saying that word, stand on business. But if you are telling the universe you no longer want to be around people who are fucking you over, and you're staying around people who are fucking you over, they're going to show you, like, this is who this person truly is. You can either stay in the same repetitive cycle, or while this house is burning, you could jump the fuck out and you can start over new. Start over, you'll get a new foundation, start from the ground up, but guess what? It's your shit. It's your shit. You're not relying on nobody. You're not tying yourself to nobody who could, because when shit start happening for you, people are going to be like, oh, well, I did this. I helped this person out, or whatever the case is, and da-da-da-da-da. And everybody want to have their hand in it, even though when you were trying to get help, didn't nobody want to help you out. I was all stuttering and shit. Didn't nobody want to help you out, but at the same time, like, when shit start happening, and good things start happening for you after this retrograde period, it's just a matter of, like, yeah, she's going to be shaky for a little bit at the end of the day. But at the same time, this was very much needed. You needed to clear out some of this fucking energy in order for you to be able to move forward. You can't, like I said, I just keep hearing, like, you want to make these changes, you want to do this, you want to do that, right? You want to, brand new you and all this other stuff and all this rebirth and everything. But it's like, how are you going to go through all this stuff when you still doing the same shit you was doing before? Like, the fuck are you scared of? You was already doing shit for yourself anyway. Wasn't nobody even helping you. And when you was going through shit, wasn't no fucking body there. Nobody was fucking there. Trust your intuition. Listen to your gut. Listen to yourself. Listen to your spirits. Don't keep waiting for signs to repeat themselves. And it's crazy, the cards that are coming out. Don't keep waiting on shit to repeat itself for you to finally be like, okay, now I get it. And you already done been burnt like 20-11 times. Like, all right, I like this. So we got water. And that's spirituality, emotion, intuition, and compassion. We also got Pluto, which is the planet of transformation. And look at that butterfly. Didn't I mention that earlier? I had said butterfly energy, and look what popped right out. Love butterflies, love moths. Got a big ass fucking moth and butterflies tattooed on me because I feel like my energy is very transformative. Whenever I meet people, whenever people come into my life, it's always a transformative experience. I like to kickstart that for people. And that's what I do basically in my spiritual practice, is put people on that road, put them where they need to be, teach them, and go on your way. You got to learn now on your own. House number 6, which is establish a foundation, health, daily life, and practical details. Okay. And I'm going to dive more into this one because there's so much stuff coming to me. And we also got the Sun, which is self-express and embody the truth. Okay, so we already talked about you going through like a heavy transformation and you, like I said, releasing things that are no longer serving you purpose, releasing painful past and attachments that you have, attachments that are like, for some reason, this could also be in dating. Like you dated somebody and it was like, okay, the same fucking person in a different fucking skin. And you keep getting this. And it's like, damn, I went through this with so-and-so. And I went through this with so-and-so. And it's the same fucking pattern, right? Or you working for a job and it's like, well, this job ain't shit. And this job ain't shit. And it's like, yeah, because you're not working towards your career. You're staying in the same repetitive cycle. And you're expecting a different change. And it's not going to happen. Change only happens when you're ready to take that big ass fucking risk. When you're ready to cut people the fuck off. When you're ready to move from that fucking job, whenever you're ready to make that big leap of fucking change, that's when shit's gonna happen. But can nothing happen unless they fucking burn it to the ground and make you start all over? And honestly, this is the point that you're at. This is the position you're in. You waited for shit to burn the fuck down, and guess what? Everything's gonna burn the fuck down before you're able to get what you want. You're gonna have to start over new, okay? Establishing a foundation, this one. Health, daily life, and practical details. I feel like you definitely should start, if it's not, journaling, but doing a vision board. How do you see your life? You keep complaining about your life. You keep complaining about how unhappy you are. But what are you doing to improve it? What are you visualizing? What are you trying to create for your future? What are you trying to step into? You're saying I'm stepping into abundance, but what is abundance to you? Because even with your ancestors, you're asking them for prosperity and abundance, but you don't know what the fuck that is. And you have a lack mindset because you keep thinking like, oh, abundance is me having $1 million, but oh, I believe I got to work for it. I believe I got to do this. Or maybe, you know what? Maybe I should just settle for this. No. What do you want? If they're asking you what you want, tell them what you want. But you have to make way and release shit that's no longer serving in order for you to get that. If you are in the process of coming into abundance and coming into money, but you got somebody who's willing to feed off of that shit and they're not doing anything to help you, you have to make way and rid that person and part ways. If you're talking about you want to kickstart a career, you want to do this, but you're at that same fucking dead-end job for years that ain't do shit for you, and you haven't got a promotion and you don't see yourself there in the long run, but you're not taking the risk to at least start your business or plan it, create a fucking business design or whatever the case is, or a business plan, like, you're your own block. At the end of the day, you're your own block. By holding on to these things and latching onto it and thinking like, oh my God, I gotta stay here. If I don't, something's gonna happen or whatever the case. I'm too scared because I might lose A, B, and C. Sometimes you have to take that loss and you have to lose out on these things that you think are important or whatever the case is for you to get that really big fucking grand prize. And it's okay. You got to shed that weight. And you're going to realize, like, I feel so much better by releasing it by the end of this retrograde. And the retrograde is not even that long. We're already into it. By the time fucking the end of September come, you're going to feel like, oh, my God. But you're going to feel so much better after that. And just be yourself. That's the most important thing. Be true to who you are. Be who you are. I hope you know that meme. Otherwise, that's just going to make me look awkward. But be who you are, okay? Embody yourself. If you've been wanting to get into a new practice, you've been wanting to get into something new, you've been wanting to get into something different, you've been wanting to expand, you've been wanting to explore, you've been wanting to get into art, you've been wanting to get into readings, you've been wanting to get into different kinds of shit, but you got people around you who are telling you that shit's weird. Oh, that shit's weird. Oh, that shit's not gonna last. Oh, that shit da-da-da-da-da, right? You gotta cut them the fuck off. Or you gotta just be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And making people uncomfortable. Because nobody in your space should be telling you what you should and what you shouldn't be doing. And then you're allowing that shit to feed into your fucking head. They're gonna keep creating blocks, and you're going to create blocks for yourself. As a matter of fact, they're not creating the blocks, you are, because you keep doubting yourself and you don't believe in yourself. You have no faith in yourself. And even when you have an interest in something, it's like you're not even dabbling into it because you think people are going to think you're weird or whatever the case is. But you don't realize if you don't put yourself out there, if you don't take those fucking risks, You never know who's gonna come in your path and who's gonna fuck with you heavy because you do that shit. I literally started out in this shit doing light work, doing Reiki and sound bowls, and then when my spirits came and it was like, yeah, babe, like this is nice. This is nice, but this is not what you're supposed to be doing. And I started diving deeper into the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. And I said I'm no longer taking, love readings and all that other stuff or whatever the case is. And I dove very deep within my destiny and within my path. There was people who came and who aligned and who understood and was like, I want to learn from you. I want to practice. I want to be able to work with my spirits. I want to be able to work into the darker practices. I want to be more into ATR. I want to learn more about ATR. I want to learn more about being initiated. I want to learn more about voodoo. I want to learn more about sanse. I want to learn more about these things. And I was able to be like, okay, here's the door. Come on in. Because everybody who's making you feel bad for doing that case or whatever it is, there's people over here who fucks with it heavy, and you're gonna learn a lot over here. But you have to be willing to allow the door to open, and you going in and explore and understand that the people that are around you, they're not gonna be around you for long because they were never meant to be there in the first place. Like, you have to lean into your essence. And that's what this retrograde is going to be painful. It's going to be very emotional because you're going to be clinging and holding on to shit that is no longer serving your purpose. But that's okay because you have to let it go at the end of the day. It's not meant for you. But before we end this, I am on Patreon. I do majority of spiritual work. I do divination as well, but I'm doing more so mentorship. I also do healing sessions, so if you're into your healing sessions, if you're into mentorship, if you want to learn more about voodoo, being a voodoo saint, or if you want to learn to work more with your heavier spirits in your court or get a court reading, you can come visit me. I'm at patreon.com/Kira the Healer. I'm also on TikTok at Kira.the.healer. And I'm also going to be doing a little bit more, getting back into herbalism and stuff as I took time off to get more acquainted with teaching other people voodoo and working with spirits and stuff like that. But you'll see a whole lot more of me as I come back. But once again, you can visit me at patreon.com/Kira the Healer. With this, I give you so much gratitude, so much love, so much healing energy during this retrograde time. And I just want you to know that you're going to fucking make it and you're going to be great. And you're a fucking butterfly. So, spread your fucking wings and fly, baby. Just dive deep and you'll be perfectly fine. But I love you. Much peace, much gratitude. And I will talk to you soon.